Hello everyone and welcome back to FilmBook Review, an official YouTube channel of FilmBook. Featured in Google News, IMDb's news desk, and a member of the Critics' Choice Association, FilmBook is an entertainment industry news website that reports on the film and television show industries in the United States and across the world. Today on FilmBook Review, I will be reviewing the film Immaculate. Immaculate is directed by Michael Mohan, written by Andrew Lobel, and stars Sydney Sweeney, Alvaro Morte, Simona Tabasco, Benedetta Porcaroli, and Giorgio Colangeli. This is an Immaculate movie review and there will be spoilers. If you like our movie reviews, please like this Immaculate film review as that helps us out with YouTube's algorithm, and consider subscribing. Once subscribed, click the bell notification box and you are all set. Please also consider becoming one of our patrons on Patreon at patreon.com/filmbook. And now, the Immaculate movie review. After seeing director Michael Mohan's blood-soaked new horror film Immaculate, you may have sworn Ari Aster directed it, had you not known Mohan did. This movie is a twisted horror picture that rivals Aster's Midsommar in terms of its horrific, disturbing nature. But, then again, to think it was Aster when it was indeed Mohan bodes well for Mohan's directorial future. Mohan's got talent. Immaculate is not as good as Midsommar, but the new film's star, Sydney Sweeney, is just as good as Florence Pugh was in Aster's 2019 masterpiece. Both pictures feature strong women in disturbing situations that will test their willpower immensely. Immaculate is a good enough film, for the most part, but the ending almost makes it feel a bit like a wasted opportunity, since the outcome of the main character Cecilia's ultimate fate is, more or less, left up in the air. This is the major problem with an otherwise satisfactory, although undeniably gory horror picture. This movie's main plot begins with a nun being buried alive after trying to escape from a group of eerie religious folks. This nun tries to steal the keys from a superior and leave the oversized property she is residing on, but she ends up underground in a box in a twisted revelation that sets the stage for what is to come. We meet the young woman of faith named Cecilia, who is ready to take her dedication to the Lord to the next level. After seeing the beginning, you'll want to tell Cecilia, "Oh girl, you should turn back now." On her way to Italy, Cecilia has a hard time getting through customs, which doesn't seem to think she's really going there to be a nun at first. Soon, Cecilia gets to the convent where she thinks she needs to be, and her faith is tested by the cast of characters at large in the film. There is a nun or two who believe something sinister is going on within. Nuns such as those, though, don't live very long or get their tongues cut off so they can stop running their traps. One of the many big plot revelations is that Cecilia ends up pregnant. She's had a troubled past, and now she seems to be bringing a miracle baby into the world. That's all good and well, but Cecilia thinks there's more going on than meets the eye, especially considering the wicked nature of Father Sal Tedeschi. How much does one reveal in a review like this when what happens in the plot is so twisted and surprising? Not much. If you're a horror fan, this movie is best left watched with an open mind because what happens is brilliantly creepy and intense. Cecilia ends up covered in blood and needs Father Sal and company to take her to a hospital. There's a lot going on here though, much more than meets the eye. Sweeney plays the character of Cecilia cautiously as she goes into her chosen fate with optimism and slowly grows suspicious of those around her. We won't mention Mother Superior, who makes for a very intriguing plot development. Immaculate is one tense and disturbing movie. It's almost impossible not to talk about the ending scenes because they are so terrifying and masterfully crafted. Even before that, there's a gruesome scene where crosses are burned into Cecilia's feet. That scene is ultra hard to watch, but if you think that's all the movie has in store, wait until you see a character pull her fingernail out on screen. Then there's that nun whose tongue is cut off. If you're still reading this review, then this movie is for you. If you're not reading anymore, you've gotten the hint and moved on to a review of the new Ghostbusters movie. A late scene through an underground tunnel is particularly strong, and watching Cecilia and Father Sal face off in the end is suspenseful, and the closing scenes are, without a doubt, nerve-wracking to watch. The whole problem with the movie, though, is when Cecilia goes AWOL and starts killing people as her water breaks and she's about to give birth. The movie's realism is simply not there in any way, shape, or form. This becomes one exercise in terror where you will have to check your brain at the candy stand in order to watch Cecilia do everything she can to fight for her life. Much has been made about the last scene of the movie, and the film is only a day old. I didn't really care for the last moments of the film, but Sweeney's performance is amazingly proficient. She's automatically a new Scream Queen to be reckoned with. Sweeney looks like she put the time into understanding the role and gets an A for understanding the assignment and carrying out her performance effectively and efficiently. Though the very conclusion of the picture will sharply divide audiences, Immaculate is an intense, spooky movie that will frighten the viewer to the core. That's the bottom line. Sweeney's great. The thrills are there, but the blood and gore unfortunately could make this a specialty picture that will appeal to devout horror movie fans more than anyone else dabbling across genres. And that brings us to the conclusion of this Immaculate movie review. I would love to hear your thoughts on it below in the comments section. If you liked what you heard during this review, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Please also visit and subscribe to our podcast channel at FilmBook Podcast. If you would like to get FilmBook's articles delivered to your inbox, sign up for our daily newsletter or download our Android mobile app for instant notifications. You'll find links to both in the description. Thank you for viewing, and you can watch one of these reviews next.